Today's March 20th, pretty much the start of spring, and we are just leaving Mount Holly Springs in Pennsylvania, and we're going to be spending the next day or two exploring MICHAUX State Forest. We'll be traveling from north to south, and we'll probably end up in Harpers Ferry this evening. Leaving the outskirts of Mount Holly Springs, and we're heading up into the mountain. I contacted the park services earlier in the week to book or make a reservation for a campsite. However, their campsites only open the second week of April, so we are not allowed to camp in the forest this weekend. But there are some campsite areas around Harpers Ferry and just before we get to Harpers Ferry, so hopefully we'll be able to find a spot for the evening, even if it is at a more official campsite rather than dispersed camping. It was nice and sunny when we left home this morning, and the temperature was like mid-50s or so. And now as we're getting into the mountain, the temperatures have dropped, not dramatically, but it is colder. It's now 48. The wind, it's a little windy outside, so there's a bit of a wind chill, but overall it's just nice to be back in the mountains again. We came across this sign near Pine Grove Furnace, indicating the site of a POW interrogation camp during World War II. I always find these types of discoveries fascinating. This section of forest seems to be very popular with cyclists. We've been coming across more and more groups of cyclists. After gaining some elevation, it was again time for a quick picnic before continuing with our journey. We've just crested the top of the mountain in MICHAUX State Forest, and you can see the mountain ranges in the distance. The roads in MICHAUX State Forest are super well maintained. There are dirt roads, but it's nearly like driving on blacktop. Any car can drive here, so there's no issues if you want to come and visit. Stopped on the side of the road to stretch our legs and to have a quick snack. This is Long Pine Run Reservoir. After leaving the reservoir, we were back on blacktop climbing the next mountain and past Buena Vista Springs, an interesting looking community. So we've just crossed the state line from Pennsylvania into Maryland. A worthwhile stop is South Mountain Creamery, where we had an ice cream and bought some tasty food from the Amish farm located here. After we'd left MICHAUX State Forest, started heading towards Harpers Ferry. We were mainly on the blacktop and the weather started getting a little miserable. The temperature dropped and it started raining a little bit.
We are just crossing the Potomac River on our way to Harpers Ferry.
We're going to go park at the station and then we can talk.
This is the very, very cute little town of Harpers Ferry, West Virginia.
Parking is $20 per car, so I think I'm not going to take this. I'm going to turn around. Parking was really expensive, and it was Sunday afternoon with not much happening in town, so we decided to push on. I'll add some footage at the end of the video from a trip we did a few years ago. This is Shepherdstown in West Virginia. It's the end of section 5 of the Mid-Atlantic Backcountry Discovery Route and the start of section 4. Here's some footage of Harpers Ferry from a trip we did a few years ago. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to see more of this type of content, consider subscribing and hit the bell icon to be notified when new content is added. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks again and see you in the next one.